compared to his teammates.
I would actually have to disagree with that one.
Oh, really?
Yesterday in Marth, I mean, against Regnum, he was able to pop off. He ended up getting eliminated, but he knocked 3 players there from Regnum and was able to showcase those skills. So, but I know what you're saying. You want to be able to see more players more frequently. More frequently be able to do it. You know what? With that, yes, but I want to continue to see what Marth was able to do yesterday, too.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of Regnum Karya, right? We've seen them go crazy, right, at certain points. But also, you know, they're not at the top of the leaderboards. What do you think is, like, their big, like, glaring problem so far here?
I don't think there's a glaring issue so far for them. I think that their playstyle is really good. The circle sometimes shifts away from them. Like, especially the Alpha 7 win right next to the northeast side of, well, there are 2 of them actually, northeast of George Pole. But the one where Regnum Karya were in the open, you still have a full squad, right, remaining for Alpha 7. They have a ton of smokes to make that transition to push themselves deeper in the circle itself. And despite the really good setup, because it was a good setup, they had 3 off angles, which normally that would win them the game, but the amount of smokes Alpha 7 had were just way too much for them to deal with. I would say stick to your game. Maybe play a little bit more aggressive on that rondo, which is what Silas told me earlier. And I think that would be enough. But I think changing the playstyle right now for Regnum Karya that have proven that this playstyle is successful would be a pretty big blunder.
Yeah, don't. Regnum Karya, let's not go crazy here. You're currently in contention. I mean, you're currently in 4th place. You do have a gap to make up for. But thanks to those players popping off, I'm talking about Loxy and Weil and Silas as well, being able to put up those LMs, those numbers for the squad, you could maybe make that push. And with something to note too, from PMSL EU full split, this squad had a gap to close, and it was around this mark, around 30 points if you're taking Smash Point into consideration as well. There is a chance. We've seen Regnum Karya being able to just fully send it on a final match, on a final day of Grand Finals. I'm talking about what happened last year in London for the PMGC Grand Finals on the last match in Miramar. So yeah, if there was any team that can actually also surprise us, Regnum is up there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, we're about to get started here in just a few more minutes. Thank you for being patient with us. Rondo is that first match. I think I want to do a little bit of theory crafting here when it comes to Rondo, okay? Yeah. Right? We didn't see the crazy Neox Factory hot drop. We saw it in Danqing, though, right? We saw 3 squads go there. You think we're going to see that here today, or you think we're going to see something completely different?
I think we're going to have the typical hot drops happening just for the normal compounds outside of Neox Factory itself. But from talking to Silas, my boy, my homie, we're chill like that. We were talking, and he said that they don't want to get aggressive in the early game, not in the hot drops, which I think is definitely the right approach because hot drops get a bit messy and you might just give easy eliminations to your opponents. He said, starting circle 3, 4, that's when we're going to start to go full aggro mode.
Yep. Well, you know what? It's time to get this show started. Let's go ahead and take it on over to the stage to get the final day going.
Fans around the world, welcome to day 3 of the PMGC Grand Finals. We are stepping into the final chapter of this incredible journey, and today, history is about to be made. The tension is higher than ever, and every team on this stage knows that by the end of today, one of them will walk away as the 2025 PMGC champions.
สวัสดีแฟนๆ PUBG Mobile จากทั่วโลกด้วยนะคะและยินดีต้อนรับสู่วันสุดท้ายของ PMGC Grand Final
Right here is a moment that fans will not want to miss.
และนี่คือช่วงเวลาที่ทุกคนไม่ควรพลาดค่ะ
And so, ladies and gentlemen, for one last time, let's meet our 2025 PMGC Grand Finals teams. First up, led by Avalanche to the stage. Please welcome our finalists from Thailand. Last seed from the group red, it is E Arena.
Bringing aura to the stage with Anukra, the 2025 PMGC tournament favorites from Mongolia and the Group Green champions, Alpha Gaming.
Following the glory of the Golden Pharaoh from Central Asia, put your hands together for the 4th seed Gauntlet team, Mad Bulls!
Radiating brilliance with iridescent, representing one of the most feared team in Brazil and sitting atop the current Grand Finals leaderboard, Alpha 7 Esports.
Engraved pillars, hieroglyphic signs, pyramid, gracefully silent, waiting for
Rising from the depths with Poseidon. Give it up for the 2 seed from the Gauntlet team. They are from China. It's Thunder Talk Gaming.
Marching in with Dravion, your PMGC defending champions from South Korea, D plus Kia.
Unleashing the true power with the Blood Raven. Please welcome the champions of Group Red from South Korea, DRX.
Summoning Chaos with Arcan Jester. Here comes the last seed of Group Green, representing Central Asia, God Team.
Igniting the stage with Ignis from Turkey. Make some noise for Ulf Esports.
Standing tall as the Stigia lead, the pride of Turkey, and their 2024 PMGC runner-up, Regnum Kaya Esports.
Blooming mysteriously with Pure. From Turkey, please welcome the challengers and third place in the Gauntlet, Kara Esports.
Glowing forest aurora, fallen natural glow of spark into her eyes of radiance. Got the glowing forest aurora, crawling demons from the swamp, crave the darkness for eternity.
Charging forward with Sylvanus, the rising contender from Vietnam, and above all in the last chance, Team Fletch.
She's here to end the endless night. Let the unrelenting spirit stand, igniting the sunlight, valor in the dawn. Forge an armor with emeralds, amber halo clear in the chaos. Power up the invincible.
Forged in stone with Marmaris from Saudi Arabia. Put your hands together for the #1 seed from the Gauntlet, R8 Esports.
Marching in with Galadria, the pride of Vietnam and the poised leader of Grand Finals Day 1, D. Sevilla.
Emerging from the shadows with Cryonics Wraith, please welcome the last seed from the last chance and the last hope for Indonesia, Alter Ego Ares!
And finally, awakening with Hermit Chrysalis, closing out our finalists with our host country in white from Thailand, Vampire Esports.
Let's give a big thank you to the cosplayers and the teams for that incredible showcase. They brought the world of PUBG Mobile to life in the most spectacular way.
ขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับคอสเพลเยอร์และนักแข่งทุกทีมบนเวทีนี้ด้วยค่ะ ต้องบอกว่าโชว์เมื่อครู่นะคะก็คือการปลุกโลกของ PUBG Mobile ค่ะให้ลุกขึ้นมามีชีวิตจริง เป็นโมเมนต์ที่สะท้อนพลังของ e-sport ได้อย่างสมบูรณ์แบบเลยทีเดียวค่ะ
Before we get into the official matches, as most of you know, the first time ever this year's PMGC introduces the Egg Smashing, a brand new feature reserved exclusively for our champions. This adds a unique twist to the celebration, offering special rewards from Infinix and a memorable moment for the winning team.
และก่อนที่จะเข้าสู่ถึงการแข่งขันอย่างเป็นทางการนะคะต้องบอกว่าปีนี้ค่ะ PMGC ได้เปิดตัว X Smashing นะคะเป็นครั้งแรกฟีเจอร์พิเศษที่สงวนไว้สำหรับ หรับทีมแชมป์เท่านั้นค่ะเป็นการเพิ่มมิติใหม่ให้กับการเฉลิมฉลองพร้อมรางวัลพิเศษจาก Infinix นะคะและช่วงเวลาประวัติศาสตร์สำหรับผู้ชนะค่ะ so let's watch the video together
In the grand finals of the 2025 PMGC, 16 teams have fought their way to the ultimate honor. Each of them now stands as one of the world's best, and each is represented with the golden egg marked with their team logo. Inside every egg lies a special reward card provided by Infinix. A GT pad, a GT phone, or GT earphones, an exclusive gift waiting to be claimed. Before the grand finals begins, every team chooses 3 opponents whose eggs they would most like to smash. And now with the world watching, only one team has risen above the rest. One champion, one chance to get the ultimate bonus reward. If the champion wins by the smash roll, they may smash 3 eggs and take all the Infinix rewards hidden within. But if the victory comes by points, they may choose only one. One egg, one moment, one prize. This is the 2025 PMGC Egg Smashing Ceremony. This is the one you're looking for. Let the champion step forward and let the smashing begin.
And now, with all 16 finalists on the stage, the last and most crucial matches of the entire championship are just moments away. With the smash rule in play, every fight, every rotation, and every chicken dinner today could decide who will be crowned our next PMGC champion.
และในตอนนี้ค่ะเมื่อทั้ง 16 ทีมยืนอยู่บนเวทีเรียบร้อยแล้วนะคะการแข่งขันที่สำคัญที่สุดของปีกำลังจะเริ่มต้นขึ้นค่ะภายใต้กฎ Smash Rule ทุกการต่อสู้ทุกการเคลื่อนไหวและทุกๆ Chicken Dinner ในวันนี้นะคะอาจเป็นตัวตัดสินว่าใครจะได้ครองบัลลังก์แชมป์ PMGC ค่ะ
And so, ladies and gentlemen, the wait, it's finally over. It is time to begin our final day of the 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Championship Grand Finals. So Bangkok, are you ready? It's time for Championship Sunday to begin.
ไปชมกันเลยค่ะ
Let the smashing begin! Here we go. What a start to the show, guys. Of course, we got to get this started by giving a big thank you to none other than the Infinix GT30 series, the official gaming phone of 2025 PMGC. Engineered for precision, performance, and victory. Go and get yours today so you can outplay the rest. Also, guys, you want to make sure that you log into the permanent Polar Party skin, get in the game, and get that Mini 14 skin as soon as you possibly can. You have today to do it, so get that as well. And you got a couple more days left to get the Rev It Up emote. I know you got them all.
Oh,
Max.
I got it. I got all the stuff PMGC related. I even got all the old skins I was missing. So I'm decked out, full esports mode.
Let's go.
Sorry, I was trying to get the rewards. But then he asked me to log into my account and I forgot my password.
Stop that.
It happens. It happens, guys. Well, you know what? We got to talk about these teams that we got going here into the final day. Now, 2 squads that we're going to be taking a good look at is going to be Xavier and Alpha 7, Max.
Oh, like this head-to-head is like the best day 1 for Xavier, where they were gifted by the circle, and comparing the second day here for Alpha 7 on the right side, which was an insane day for these guys. Back-to-back chicken dinners on Orangle, up northeast of George Park area. You couldn't ask for a better setup for them. But the comparison is, despite being gifted circle in some scenarios right here, 7, Alpha 7 capitalize, are aggressive, zoning teams away, get involved in the conversation with these other squads, and here to get 34 eliminations on that day, what a banger performance from the Brazilian team.
Yeah, the big question mark for DX is what would happen if you weren't able to get the zones, because the elims on that day were just 21. And I mean, we got an answer, especially yesterday for DX. And for Alpha 7, it would be, can they actually do what DX, but do it better? And boy, did they with more eliminations. And now we're having a head-to-head. Earlier, we were talking about that Porsche. Who's going to be the MVP? These two players are just performing lights out. You got Rosemary from Alter Ego, and you got Revo from Alpha 7, Max.
I mean, you're looking at that survival time of Rosemary.
It's crazy.
You pump up those numbers, he's over the 2 average elimination threshold, which is a very big statement to make in a lobby like the PMGC Grand Finals, right? But then, of course, you've got Revo, which is just a trial and tested player throughout every single era of PUBG Mobile Esport, and he's still on top to this day. He's always been shy, so close to being an MVP. This might be the time for him to make it happen.
An absolute legend in the making for sure. Already a legend, to be honest. As we take a look here at Alpha Gaming 7, their day 1 performance versus day 2.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be looking at the placements. I feel like that's definitely the biggest one. We know that this team can definitely frag out. You can see it right there on your screen. Day 1, 37 eliminations. Day 2, they were able to get 35. But the placement points, Max, I kept talking about it yesterday. Yep. I felt like I sounded like a broken record. They were only able to achieve just 3 placement points. If this team wants to challenge to become the champion, if they want to improve and pass Alpha 7, those placement points need to be there. And they need to be playing, keep playing like how they've been playing, compact and working supportive, with Doc being supportive as well.
Actually, it makes sense. They have Ziol, past IHC player. We know what they did, a few years ago back in PMGC. They hated the placement points, only focused on eliminations. He's going to do it once more, but I would agree with 7. Placement points is it's not too bad to have. You definitely want to get as many as you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of placement points, Max, Xavier, right? They got a whole bunch of them in day 1. Coming into day 2, they didn't get those circles. Do you think they're going to make some big adjustments coming into the final day?
I mean, hopefully. I hope they were looking back at their day 2 performance. Like, we're not gifted circle and we're not making anything happen. It's time to prove us wrong that even when a circle is not going your way, you can get some eliminations. You can get in these fights. Get involved. Try something, Xavier. It's not impossible. You can make happen today here for Vietnam on day 3.
Eliminations, Xavier. That's all I want to see out of you. Eliminations. We know that you can definitely get in the center of that circle, but we actually went back and looked at the overall leaderboard. That is the squad with the least amount of elims out of all the almost all the teams, except for 14th place, 15th place, and 16th place.
Which makes sense.
So just to put that into perspective, like we need to see you be able to frag out.
Gotta get it done. Gotta get those points the hard way for sure. And we know Alpha Gaming is one that could definitely make it happen, 7. I know that is one of the teams that you predict to end up winning this thing here today.
Yeah, I definitely did. And I mean, that's what we were talking about in regards to them earlier just now. This team just needs to make sure they find a way to get those rotations down, early too, because they do end up landing military. Now we're on the final day too. What happened in Last Chance last week? Guess what? J&G ended up just camping inner circle. Those 2 squads are currently not here. And right now, we're just looking for first place. And I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, it's time to get this thing started. Let's go ahead and take it on over to our casters, Blank and John Allen, for game number 1.
It all comes down to this. Today is where you need to make your mark if you want to take Alpha 7 off that top spot and deny them something they've been on the hunt for so long. Time's now. Let's get things going.
Today, not tomorrow. Today. Obviously, for Alpha 7, this is a crazy turn-up for them, but we've seen them in this position before. Quite a few times, in fact, over multiple years. 2nd place, coming into 1st place on that day 2, and falling out of favor with the lobby. And I think that this is the moment they're waiting for. I'm looking over.
Okay.
It seems a little serious. I want to say a little serious. There is some smiles, and Revo smiling, which worries me. But it's Quizao and Obscure. They're in now. And I think that these guys can do enough on their own to kind of drive forward the rest of the team. And it was nice to hear from Bunny yesterday. I mean, we didn't really talk about it all that much, but they were saying that we're going to be together forever, which sounds like a Disney story to me, personally. But with the amount of times Alpha 7 has just kicked that player that doesn't make sense, even though they did so well in their tournaments off the team, that's a promising statement to me.
Hopefully they'll be able to keep that promise to this roster. This is so many daps. I'm not entirely sure what the ritual is, but let's hope it works.
4, 5.
They started before we cut away from them.
So maybe it's 7-7. You drop a little 7 on there.
Maybe.
Good to go.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty good fun.
It was a bit much for me.
Yeah.
They're doing too much.
They're keeping the hands warm.
They're doing a bit much.
Keeping them nice and limber, because you do need those skills when it comes to potentially getting hot dropped, and especially
Aaron
here
hates
on
catch.
Rondo. He's mad dogging it right now.
The real evils.
Who do you think?
You think you're practicing
You
right
took,
now?
you
You're
took the
practicing
last
right now?
water from the fridge.
You're gonna practice?
Yeah.
Right before the finals? This should have been done yesterday. I saw
Yours-
the guys yesterday actually in the hotel, and I said, "Good luck," to which Aaron looked like I was gonna kidnap him.
I hope you weren't.
No, I was not the intent. The intention was say good luck. Luckily, Scarface came out of nowhere and saved me from it all because he actually speaks some English. And he was like, "Thank you so much." And everyone was like, "Oh, he's just being nice." That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I can see how it could be somewhat intimidating. I don't know, actually. I feel like I don't look
You're
intimidating.
a tall guy.
That's about it. You know?
Yeah.
I've got a very happy face, I would say. I smiled as well. Maybe that was the problem.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's because we saw just there, Aaron.
I got
Very,
yeah.
very
He was
serious
like, he
guy.
wanted me to give him the old taken good look.
If you're not staring him down,
Good luck.
good luck.
Yeah.
If you're not staring him down,
Or
He's not happy.
alternatively, probably could have said it to him in Turkish.
yeah, that would probably be an easy way to communicate. If only I spoke Turkish, or if you spoke Turkish.
Yeah, I
Do you
should have.
speak Turkish?
No, but I could have
Ah.
pre-prepared. Maybe.
Wow.
I knew they were on the same floor as us.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Giving the game away.
I know. What's the game?
Oh no.
What's the game?
Oh dear.
Ulf had a lot of burgies outside their door.
You're really dishing the dirt out now.
I am, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. But that was a big order. That was a big order. Keep those boys fed. That's all I'm saying.
Well, hopefully they're going to feed themselves some chicken dinners today. They want to jump up towards the podium, towards those top spots. Keep themselves nice and full. Because we may only have 2 matches. Not too many opportunities. Although if there are 2 matches, they won't be getting any.
Yeah, this is your last chance to really show what you're made of here on the main stage. Rondo to start things off. Very, very curious because Smash ruling, especially in the PMGC format, John, it is quite important that we do talk about Rondo right now, where it's way, way more possible than in the past on Sandhawks to pick up those initial 10 points on your first game, enabling Smash ruling to take effect on game 2. In this case, we started calling it match point. You know, we're switching things up. That's okay with me. I'm all right to change the lingo. That's what I'm here for.
We're on top of it, don't worry. We will be hopefully seeing some teams surpass that. It may only be Alpha 7 though, right? With that buffer that they built up yesterday, they are definitely streets ahead. Do have a major opportunity here. So on Rondo, as we've said, possibilities do expand themselves. A lot of chance to get a lot of points very early in these games.
We are just waiting for the games to start up. And it looks like we are having, I think that's D+ over there. Yeah, D+. Their banner is being reattached.
Ah, yeah. Got to make sure that they can't see behind them. There's a big old screen with stuff on.
Keep them nice and cozy inside the booths.
Nice and warm.
Anyway, who do you think's gonna win Rondo?
Magnum Kaya.
You think Magnum Kai is gonna win Rondo? I think that's highly doubtful.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think they're a great Rondo team personally. I think they're a Erangel Miramar team.
They like go middle. They
Yeah.
sit middle.
Yeah, but it's like you go middle, and the big benefit you get from going middle is you get to be 4 players. But on Rondo, not really the case because you can easily be 4 players even if you did take multiple fights out on the edge. I think Magnum Kai needs a little bit of spice. They got to take after that Porsche and sprinkle a little cayenne into their gameplay.
I mean, Loxy's a pretty heavy candidate as well for that MVP title. I think that even though Magnum Kaya themselves aren't doing super hot, Loxy's kind of up there.
But when we get into Rondo, you're going to have to ignore that Wild does have one of the highest scorings on that map, okay? You got to trust me that I don't think they're great at Rondo. Which in my mind is true. I think Wild was getting the majority of the damage done. but that was because of certain situations arising. But look at this, 40 seconds on our clock now. We are getting into match number 1 here in Bangkok, Thailand, 2025. Who's taking his first game? And is Alpha 7 able to put up those 10 points? Hello? Well, right then. I'm going to keep on going in the meantime. John is predisposed to something. Not entirely sure, but it is Rondo. First match of the day, we're getting into it. Stuck right into the main meal right here at PMGC. Playing down from Tin Long Garden up towards northwest Nanshan. Hongshan on the old plane path. DXavier out, and again, the guys on the desk talking about how DXavier could be the one to really get things back up to speed. E-Arena over on the east side dropping out, but not really the team that we are looking out for. DRX as well doing fantastically for South Korea. Alter Ego on this map with 10 elims over on Rosemary. Wild with 8. Loxy with 6. Hey guys, you gotta trust me. I don't think Regnum Kai is the Rondo team. The stats may say something else. We have to ignore the stats. Mad balls out over towards that top side. Alter Ego jumping out. Now I think for Alter Ego today, I'd love them to get into a top 5 and remain there by the time we finish. And that means being a little bit more, having a little bit more togetherness, right? A little bit more togetherness in the old Alter Ego meatball. Red Bull finding the first though over towards DXavier, and they do lose Paragin right off the bat. What a tremendously bad start for them. Xing shot over towards Zeus from Flash, getting themselves a nice little knock there. Match point 125. Got to reaffirm that point for you guys.
Vampire in the hot drop. Looking to try and keep the points on side. 1 point already. DXavier bumped a little bit further away. Ooh, Team Flash though in a tough spot up here. Win, last player in location. Fairly split and already going for the recalls.
Thunder Talk. VJ. Onside. Yes, so much win going down to Sighting as Thunder Talk to put up some more points here on the game. Sighting looking for a little bit more. His Vampire's getting a little bit of points right now. It's DXavier losing even more right here. They have one player still going, but it's Levi's probably the fall here versus Meowla. A good shot, and there is some chance from the crowd. Extremely pleased how this one's going down. The arena, though, it's a bit on tie action there. No real words or moves. Kara looking over towards R8, and R8 taking a tumble there. Recall beacon coming through. Gets right back into business though, not really making too many mistakes, most of our teams. Alpha 7. On our screens right now. You get that PMGC code redemption there. PUBG United 2025. Get those rewards back at home. Last time you'll be seeing them today. And D+ here again. And I think we can be pretty confident that D+ is likely not going to grab themselves another chicken dinner here on Rondo. It's outside of their usual behavior, right? Which is the last game that we get into. And I have my boy Hot Jukes. My boy Hot Jukes on the cast right now.
Let's go, dude. Hey, stepping in the mix.
Random
Hey,
Karya.
hey, we're in this, baby.
Let's get it.
Rondo action.
Goat versus Random Karya.
Man, you know what? This is so exciting to see. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that we're not seeing that scene like Neon's Factory Hot Drop here.
Sure, this is what I'm saying about myself over here, obviously. You know, just talking to
good.
myself,
It's all
talking to the guys at home. It's been quiet. It's been real quiet
Random
so far.
Karya.
And I think most teams are just looking to get those points
Silas.
up a little bit more. Honestly, if you
Lovely.
are any team inside this lobby, you're looking to stop Alpha 7 dead in their tracks. That's really important. So you sort of coming to this agreement early on in the game. It's like, give away points early.
Yeah, I mean, if you're every other team, you gotta have a serious eye when it comes to A7. If you even hear shots and you notice them in the feed, like you need to be heading that direction, to be honest. Yeah, because I mean, even if you're a team that, let's look at Go, 9th place, 69 points. All right, they're gonna need some serious points here to step themselves up in the prize pool. They don't want this tournament to end any earlier. You know, trying to get first place is gonna be tough. But if you can stop them, I think you got it. Let's see what E-Arena can do here as Joker with the run over gets a nice little elimination here off the rip.
Let's see who crushed the
Running
car.
Karya.
Sort of served him up on a plate on the underside of the vehicle. A little bit of the hot plate there, to be honest with
Sunny
you.
side up.
It's very much sunny side up. The arena's still going. Lewis here with nade in hand, looks to pop it over towards Tony K, but we'll pop the pin back in for the time being, but there is shots from across the way too, so a little bit of a side angle. Not sure what Joker thought he was
Joker,
doing.
yeah.
He did just play right into their hands.
Yes, he did. Let's see what Lewis could do here. He's got that nade locked and loaded. This should be a pretty easy one to hit. Yeah, Turney knows. I got to go ahead and push up.
Kara
It's a little bit
versus
too late.
E-Arena.
Lewis getting the flush. And that's E-Arena in big trouble with only one left.
Yeah, one player left alive there. We'll just get the res beacon on.
He's
It's
already
fine. You know, we need more men in here for more man's the one to do it.
Getting it locked and loaded here. This is the
Oi,
squad.
भाई,
Everyone's got
Kara
their
छो
eyes
के लाने
on
सके
Alpha
थे।
7. Playing it very careful all the way up on the north side. Thundertalk is mighty close though. Let's see if they happen to get some action here in a second.
Yeah, I think for Alpha 7, you're trying to play it as safe as possible. Currently, they're right on that north side. And it is worrying them being around Thundertalk. This team sort of is
Lewis getting the
a
flush.
little bit
And that's
topsy-turvy in
E-Arena.
terms of their gameplay. So at any moment, they could just swing to the side like that shark, the flint shark.
Yeah. You know, it's always like, those are always the biggest threats to these teams that really got nothing to lose here. The
Arik
local
versus
squad
Vampire हो चुका है
showing
भाई।
out for their hometown. The crowd going crazy. 5 eliminations here off the rip. They got to be feeling pretty good.
वहाँ से elimination हो गया भाई Vampire का भी।
Real good right now.
Oh, yeah.
Back in business.
Back in business.
Back in business. R8, the Saudi team. Honestly, I've been very impressed with R8 throughout the entirety of this tournament.
Oh.
Throughout the entirety of PMGC, in fact. Very, very good stuff.
APG
coming from
dog
R8.
goal।
I can only hope they continue. Very excited to see what this team
अरे सब जंग में आएंगे सभी।
There's still a chance that they four are. They're not exactly too far behind. But you're right. The circle shifting over towards the west side and shifting on top of D+ is a bit weird.
Yeah.
D+ get a win on their first game of the day. They're like, hey, there might not be a last game.
Yeah.
So we got to do it first.
We can't mess around here. You know, it's so crazy. I was talking a little bit on the desk. We got a chance to talk to them, and you could just see the frustration on their faces because I was like, you know, why is it? What makes the last game so different for you guys? And they all just looked at me, just stone faced. They were just like, we don't know. We don't get it. Like, why is it that we win the last match? I don't know, but I'll take it. And you know what? Hopefully we see them make an adjustment. That last game, though, yesterday, it put them in a show. That's for sure, right? They're at 62 points right now. If they win this rondo, we've seen them put up a 30-point game in the past. They just got the circle here. Who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Who knows? Who knows? We'll know in 10 minutes or so.
That's a fact. That's all fact.
But yeah, I think for D+, we were very, very surprised with that performance yesterday. 18 elims was pretty monumental for that squad. Kind of here, spotting a team sidling on pass. Flash getting a little bit close for comfort. They are quite literally brawling in the vehicles. Flash just does not give a damn.
Yeah, out of there. Out of there. Man, it's so interesting. Honestly, I'm sensing nerves. I'm sensing some tension in the air here on the final day. Yeah.
It's very obvious here in Rondo. I think even on Miramar we had Impala. Yeah, really not a lot happens on Impala usually anyway.
Yeah.
When you get a circle like that. But there was even less happening here at PMGC. Teams are like, hey, we're gonna sit still.
DK versus Vampire हो चुका है भाई.
Vampire though, on the other hand, you're right. Nothing to lose here. This team has everything to gain. And they are being the one team I think that's starting the most fights in the lobby.
Yeah. And it happens to be against DRX, right? DRX are already down one player. They're in second place right now. They cannot afford to lose this. And Hyunbin gets a huge nade. They're onto the bull. Let's see what Lazarus can do. Uh-oh. Not the best start to this one. DRX.
Yeah.
Yeah, closing the vice grips. Oh, and getting those elimination points.
Yeah, that wasn't the best start. Was not the best start for Lazarus at all. Whatever.
Hey.
Whatever. It happens. It happens.
You know what? I appreciate it, though. I will admit, right? If you're a team at the bottom, go nuts. Yeah, go start pushing everybody. You know, like, you can't possibly make a historic comeback if you don't go for it. And just sitting center circle ain't going to make it happen.
They're doing it again. They really do not care. They're just sending in teams that are feeling a little bit scared today, but Vampire's ready to bite down on anyone that comes across them on their path. Luckily, we move away from the water up towards that northwest side, a little bit easier to work with. We do have the high ground set around where Alpha 7 is currently playing as they wrap downwards. We also have Alter Ego making that same approach. Worrying one for Alter Ego being so close towards Alpha 7. This is a big spray down coming through from the Mad Bulls, and Alpha 7 might just be pinched here, Hot Juice.
They're in big trouble. Let's see how they're going to be able to get out of this one here. One thing that's always so good is out for Alpha 7 is they're so good at that edge style play. I totally get it right here. They got a good beeline right towards the center. In this position, honestly, Alpha 7 would want to kind of have a little bit of a handshake agreement with Mad Bulls. Just say, hey, you know what? Y'all stay on this side. We'll stay on this one. And just finish this out top two. But if you're Mad Bulls and you realize it's A7, you got to go for this fight.
Yeah, you do. I mean, they've already got that first knock, right? So they know. They've got a good, clear idea of who this is. The Mad Bulls, you know, they are down in 10th place. But the thing for them is that for a 10th place team, it means all the more to stop Alpha 7 in their tracks. That gives you so much more opportunity throughout the day to climb those ranks. You're probably not getting first place, Jigs.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you might get 5th, 4th, 6th. And that's a big jump up in cash.
That's a fact. I mean, even Mad Bulls, I mean, it's so crazy because you can put a 20-point game up here, and you're at 65. Dude, you put 20, you're in 5th place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I guess I get why teams are playing this so passive because it's still all possible. But at the same time, like, you know that Alpha 7 DRX, they're gonna get a good game out of the
Yeah, they looked at D+ Chess and like, just one game, is it? Just one game, so that's all you need?
18 eliminations. I mean,
that's all you need?
That's it? That's it? Hey, well, you know what? Tony K ends up getting his whole squad back up for the most part. And now they are back in action. 6 eliminations here off the rip.
PPG versus Goat. Oh,
Doc does go down. He's on a bit of a Doc split.
It's a bit.
It is actually quite a wide split right now from APG.
That's full-fledged docketing right there.
Yeah, and I mean in my head, every time I see this, I'm like trying to make sense of why it's happening. Is it bad? Is it good? Because, like, do they have like some secret strategy? Kinda no. Reefus does go down. Kraken's like, why is that nade not popped just yet? So runs out the side. But I think Zio's very nadeable here.
Wait.
Dodging it for now. Let's see what Zio can do in a 1v2 situation. Yes, great teamwork there from Goat, shutting down APG.
1 SP.
You know what I will say, Jukes, though? We're coming way back to everything else that always happens. If Doc goes down, everyone does not need to die for Doc to live.
No! Save the Doc! Save the
We
Doc!
don't need to save the Doc. He's not the goddamn medic on the team. He's not. He might be called Doc, but he is not administering
Maybe
any
that's
help.
the problem.
Yeah,
Maybe he needs a name change. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
think so. I think so.
Let's see what happens here, though, as we get moving on here.
Topic
Team Flash,
return.
right here on the edge of circle. They are way far out of the zone, especially considering Wolf is going to be gatekeeping them. So they want to get this fight done as fast as possible.
I mean, Alpha 7 still staying up in this game. I mean, they are on 3 players, but they are living and they have a spot to play with, which is nice. I think most of the team coming through on that northeast side, the ones that are going to struggle a little bit. D plus have had their compound cut out. Thundertalk taking shots over towards Bose, and I mean, Bose as well as the Flash are kind of visible on this lineup.
Yeah.
For Kara, it's been the most annoying for them. They've dealt with Vampire, dealt with Flash coming over here as well, and they're just struggling to leave.
They can't catch a break here, and this is the problem. Is like, especially when you're in the final day, every point matters. If you're caught in a spot like that, they're gonna do everything they can to soak up those eliminations.
Charles Knockness.
They're even
Locks
longer.
in.
That is Regnum Karya out. So the 5th place
Random
team
कार्य 0 पॉइंट के साथ में
Yeah, well, I told you guys. Kaya, not a Rondo team.
That's a fact.
Okay, I did say that.
fact.
I did say that.
True proven to be
अच्छा
true.
0 पॉइंट के साथ में
I feel like I've redeemed it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it for Rondo.
No more second chances here.
Goes through kind of well,
APG
honestly. This match, 5 evens, only 2 players. APG's out again. For APG, so annoying, so very annoying. I thought we kicked that bad habit ages ago for APG. If Doc goes down, we just do not need to send the whole squad.
Yeah, it's so tough.
अल्टर ईगो कहाँ पे है भाई
So close yet so far. You got DRX there, now moving into the zone. In some trouble here though. You got DX
ये
here.
ग्रेनेड फुट
Bada
पाएगा
bada jin, throwing some nades from downtown.
और फोड़ दे
Looking really rough here. Hyunbin has to hit the shot and misses
Sorry?
it.
What was that?
I don't know. That smoke was.
You haven't seen a spray like
DX
that?
versus DRX
Maybe he thought he ran into the smoke on the right, but his teammate runs right into a nade from Nate. And Hyunbin, oh my goodness, these nades are devastating for DRX.
Did he swing around in his chair? Gyro got mixed up? What
Oh.
happened? What happened? DX Xavier is absolutely picking them to pieces. And DRX down.
Wow.
On a really good chance as well there. And it's DX Xavier to go a little bit further. I'm so incredibly surprised by what we saw from Hyunbin. Usually he's so on point. He had vision for so long. I don't know what happened over there.
Just missed the
Yeah,
shot. That's
missed
so
the shot.
unfortunate here. I mean, this is the pinnacle of PUBG Mobile esports. The nerves are at an all-time high.
I felt like he missed the shot on purpose. Yeah, it's like he saved his life.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think you can call that missing the shot. He was like, I'm going to give you a pass.
There you go. Just survive. Survive. And honestly, for DX Xavier, that's best case scenario,
huge.
right?
It's
I mean, they
huge.
take out
Saturday,
DRX, they get
coming.
4 eliminations. They heard the desk complaining, say, hey, it's about time you put some points on the board with eliminations, not placements. So that's a great start for them. But how are they going to finish here as we're about to reach the next circle? Where's it going, Blake?
I'm going to call Southwest. We're going Southwest on this one.
Center.
We're going to keep you going center?
Center, dead center.
Okay,
Make it
okay.
toxic. Wide open field. North!
Oh, northeast. Okay,
Oh.
okay. It does keep D plus in. I mean, D plus very happy about this, and we are going to go from the technical back-to-back here.
Right you are. D plus on the north side. Trying to get the first win of the day rather than the last. And they got 4 points so far. 66 total. This could be the craziest. It will be the craziest comeback in esports history if D plus were to do something.
No, they're
crazy.
just like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable losing.
Yeah, you know what? The death said it was impossible for them to come back. Maybe we just make it possible.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. They're playing a mental warfare with us right now.
Hey.
Saying, hey, you know, we can only win on the last day on Miramar. No one's afraid of it. Right? And they bring out the special, day 3.
The zone even goes their way. Everything's lining up perfectly for it. A7 got into the circle. No elimination so far. They're playing it very
Oh
careful.
my god!
Amori with the stiff one.
Crazy stuff going through from Amori there. I mean, the way he just stepped out as well, that's confidence. That's confidence.
He's one of those players. He's just one of those clutch factor players that's gonna make that big play. And Let's see if he can do it again, though. Sitting. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, he does! The heat-seeking missile from Amori keeps his team alive a little longer. Now Sitting is out with Parajin coming in for the third party.
Team Secret.
Damn.
He wants that Porsche Cayenne.
He does want that Porsche Cayenne.
He wants it real bad.
Bad. Well, okay. I mean, Murray not willing to give up just yet. Alpha 7 looking to make the cross now. This is the most important thing happening in the circle right now. And this is a good ramp down towards the south side. But it's not far enough.
आज दूसरे स्ट्रेटजी से खेल रहा है भाई अल्टर ईगो.
Wrapping around the wings there, down to 3 players. Squeeze out. Lines up the nade. Noses on the tree. That's nasty.
Alpha 7, the teamwork coming in here clutch. With the run over, Xavier having to drive away from this one. They are in the zone though. Now I'm going to have to switch focus and trying to gatekeep A7. But A7 should be able to make a wide wrap to the south. Xavier getting peppered though, trying to find a spot in the inner circle here.
Yeah, I think they could easily make a wide wrap down towards that south side, over towards Amari. I think that's 100% possible. But also it's Amari, so I don't know. We'll see if he goes for the 1v3. It's very hard.
If he gets this 1v3, oh my goodness.
It will be legendary. Will actually be legendary.
He needs to get that Porsche Cayenne, and what do you think the first song he plays?
Yeah.
It's got to be That's Amori, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Let's take a look at Alter Ego though here. Finally, all 4 players up at the end. Let's see if
you say a big chicken dinner pie in the sky? Is that what we're going for? That's Amore?
Yes!
Okay. I get it now. I get it. I get it.
It seems on brand.
Yeah. I think it is. I think we made it on brand.
That's right.
Great nades from D+ though. Ulrigo pretty tightly knit at the moment. That's a lovely circle again for D+, but they got to win this fight. The fact that Ulrigo was able to get here is pretty nuts to me.
Finally all 4 up. Can they hold on though? D+, look at that. You got Chips way far in that back line there. Holding off the angles. When he's going to try to get that rotation to his team, I'm not sure if he has a vehicle there. Manhole's just trying to steal some eliminations on the edge. But this is the big battle right here from center position.
Just taking nades back and forth. Rosemary not down yet. Alva's going to need to start looking to get that res soon. Drops into the tiny ditch. It's a nice airburst. It's an insane airburst. I'm surprised Alva doesn't go down to that as well.
That man is half an HP at this point.
He is.
Let's
put that 0.5.
Yeah.
And we don't round up.
Oh, we do not. Krypton looking to round out his MVP performance here. This is such a tough spot to hit nades. It's got to, the airbursts have to be perfect, and Noble is really doing a great job. Alva down again, now knocked, and here comes the flush from D+.
Yeah, they're not messing. I think it's kind of a crazy push though, knowing that Manbull sort of have sidelines over towards this. Amuri somehow runs himself over. He's doing a wink, nod over towards the Porsche at the moment, but it's Alter Ego to go down, and D+. They'll lose a player, but they maintain control over the center. And they take enough there. 8 elims though, this is a pretty good start.
This is a really good start. The big thing though I'm looking at though is Alpha 7. They're still alive. Remember guys, the smash rule. The smash rule comes into effect. If they win this game, that's 10 placement points. They are officially in that smash zone.
Yeah, I mean, Amuri eliminated himself. So they didn't even have to worry about wrapping down towards that south side. It's fine.
He didn't want Alpha 7 to get the point.
That's true.
That's what he sensed. Alpha 7 nearby. It was like, oh, we cannot let this happen. I'm out of here.
I can feel that spiritual presence.
That's right. The pressure.
The spiritual presence, especially Alpha 7's rad is pretty high right now. It is true. It is true.
Oh boy. The calm before the storm here. Stage 6. Everyone's just waiting for this next zone. This is that planning phase. Right now all the IGLs telling their teammates, hey, zone goes this way, we're going that way, zone goes on us, shoot at everything that moves.
I mean, the Manpulls getting those up towards that point on the side, or at least having an anchor there with Lemon is big. Squeeze out goes down, and he is absolutely unresable. But it's second place for elims. That's the 10 points. That's them on match point, right?
Yep.
Do you know what? For them, they don't even care about this chicken dinner right now. They just care about hitting 10 points.
That's the goal. That's the goal. But they can do it here in match 1. They have 5 more matches where all they got to do is the same thing. Even if it's a 0 elimination chicken dinner, they're champs instantly.
Yeah. And hey, I mean, America is one of the few regions where we actually did see Smack happen.
Sure. So that's a big experience that they have amongst everybody else. They saw how the Wolves were able to get it done.
They just passive, survive, cowards. Yeah, look, we can do that. I'll do that for some free, a bit of the free bill.
I'll wipe my cowardly tears with $100 bills.
Yeah,
You know what
so
I'm saying?
right, so right.
Absolutely right, all day long. Rebel, he's looking for that MVP. I remember the last time I talked to him at the World Cup when they won. And I was like, what's the first thing you're going to buy?
2v2 3v 4 भी जाइछ
You
यार
might just,
Might not need it.
you might get a free one here.
Yeah.
जोन रहेछ त यार चिकन डिनर भा
Every time I talk to Revo, super nice guy.
The best.
Super nice guy. Does
The
remind me
best.
that
DK.
other players I'm trying to talk to don't speak English, but he'll talk to me in English as much as he can. And I'm like, thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Spread the good word. Let's see what happens though here with Team Plus. 9 eliminations. The big threat again is A7. They're outside of the circle. They're on the south side here.
9 elimination
Let's see what kind of utility
DK
they have
frame
to be able to get in this next zone. But honestly, if they just wait a little longer, there could be a fight that rings out and they get third party.
A lot of emergency players going down right now.
Oh, they're the
Years
open.
मेडे का
are in
6
full
elimination
effect. With some good usage of the nades here to create small craters
Alpha
for Alpha
7
to
का
get
एक
up, but time is running out. Absolutely, time is running out. But they just want to get up towards this tree, right? Once they start getting towards these trees, life becomes a little bit easier. Kind of curious on the smoke situation on that team, though, because they do need
वुल्फ
those
का कितना है मैं
relatively soon. Carrillo goes down. I
Wait.
think prospects for Revo aren't looking too good right now.
This is tough. Yeah, once they realize it's A7, the whole lobby's not going to stare here. Yeah, Rebel running, gets into the dip, survives a little bit longer, but I don't see any other team even looking in any other direction. They're like, Alpha 7's there, we got to stop them.
I mean, yeah, no smokes, no nothing. He's gonna have to do it whatever he can. Straight back down. Oh my god.
Zone, it's coming.
He's got nowhere to go either, I don't think. He's gonna be right on the outside. He just needs other teams to fight one another. That means
वही 3-4 जने स्कोप खोलेर बसिरहेछ
I'm
it's
telling
not
you.
gonna, he's gonna have to make the run
Look
of
at
a
this.
lifetime.
Every
No.
player,
Oh,
yeah, every
Hey.
player is staring just like, no, you must go out, and then we'll figure out everything afterwards.
Yeah, 4th place, I don't think that's gonna be enough. It depends how many elims Alpha 7 are able to get in this game, but we'll tally all that all up over on the decks. We can head back over there.
Yeah. Make a little shimmy, a little shuffle on over there real quick.
D plus though, top 3.
That's big. They already got a good amount of eliminations too. Let's see what they can do against the Mad Bulls though. Mad Bulls definitely have the advantage here. When it comes to high ground, but
We
this is
usal-
the other side of the
usal-
circle.
we-
Oh, there you go. D plus are out just like that. It's Mad Bulls versus Ulf.
वुल्फ versus मेड
Ulf with a lot more to lose here. I think Ulf so far, they won yesterday's rondo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're looking to make that number 2 today. Ulf, the util looks pretty nice. I mean, both teams like kind of are starved out a little bit. They've got enough grenades to work with. I think with that circle moving over towards the east side, though, it's feeling like V, like the Wolves going to be
6 और 7 ग्रेनेड है 3-4 स्मोक है 2 मोली 2-4 मोली है
They got the cover. The problem is they're so separated.
और एक स्टन ग्रेनेड है नेट के पास
Especially for Solus there on that off angle. So Solus just needs to play
सबको
very
पास तो
quiet.
गाड़ी रही है
Wait for the zone to push Mad Bulls and just not get knocked. That's the big key for Solus here. He's got good coverage here with his dip.
Really good. Push is making a hell of a move out to the side.
Wait,
Edge
Kisar
catches it, he's
Nakba.
not letting that happen. Not one bit. For Mad Bulls, that drops us down to a 3 versus 3,
Three.
which is infinitely easier to handle. That is a long lob
Oi.
with an in. Oh my goodness me! What a barker!
You can see his player cam. He smiled after that one. Getting a nice little headshot. Duo almost runs right into the nade though. Catch on the drive up. Hits the headshot. And now it's just Dulika all by himself.
Julika on the sidelines. Catch this! Let's catch Will find himself
3
an unreal finish. Some insane bravado towards the end there. Coming through from Ulf. They didn't want to play that one out slow. They just wanted to go. They find an incredible win over at the start of the day. That's going to push them up by quite a bit, guys, as well. I think we got to take into consideration a little bit of that. For Alpha 7, I don't think they got enough points
25
there.
पॉइंट आया भाई इस
Sure
पे
that they got over towards match point, but who knows? I was kind of focusing on a lot of other things happening in that lobby. With D+, getting a few points on board, they're pushing things up. Madball's not able to make that push. I feel like Madball's had some decent rotations during the majority of that. Unfortunately, it does just all go to pot in the end with kind of an aggressive push from, I mean, no less than Pusher on their squad. But yeah, I think that did look infinitely better for Mad Bulls than recently. Let's take a look at what the desk has to say about that last match.
And what a match that was! Look at this last fight here with Ulf and Mad Bulls. I saw you popping off your match.
Oh yeah, Mad Bulls, what a game. Hey, by the way, welcome back to the desktop.
yeah,
It's just
man,
back with the boys over here. No, what a game from Mad Bulls, and there was one pivotal play here that I know that E7 were talking about that allowed them to get in a game-winning position for Mad Bulls. It was to make sure they coexist with D+ here. But all of that, anyways, does not work out because Ulf are the true kings of Rondo here, going into PMGC Grand Finals, back-to-back win. Yesterday was just one player, Scarface, making it happen, and here it's a full squad effort to secure that chicken dinner.
And talk about teams maybe targeting Alpha 7 there at the end. Boy, in that top 4, it looked more like a 3 versus 1. Everybody was just keeping their eyes on Rebel and what they were going to be able to do for Alpha 7. A completely different pace of game style here as we're looking at the stats from Ulf. Congratulations, Ulf. That's back-to-back now with even more eliminations. This round actually being able to double the amount of eliminations that they got in the last one. But going back to what I wanted to say with Alpha 7, we didn't get a hot drop between Den and Team Flash in Hemai Town. Team Flash actually decided to back off, which gave Alpha 7 even more time to play it slow. And we saw them playing slow, trying to find their way into the circle, Max.
I actually think it's a really good game plan for Flash to not hot drop it because, yeah, you lose 3, maybe full squad if you go for a full commit hot drop. You're giving half the points pretty much that Alpha 7 need to get in the Smash Zone, so very happy for them to figure that one up. Though, some other hot drops were happening all over the place. We had here, for example, Kara vs R8, and again, Omori. The clutches later on in the mid-game were just mental with the nades, especially cooked right around the corner. Beautiful execution. I'm telling you, Omori, again, still top player currently for the MENA region.
Max, you were absolutely right. Because
wait, say that again?
Max, you were almost wrong. Amori just kept playing and popping off for the squad, making sure that he ended up clutching up. One thing that I do want to mention, a completely different player, one of my favorite players this PMGC, none other than QXCCC from DRX. The way that player was able to just clutch up for the squad, go by himself, and make sure he had to drive between a lot of squads just to go for the recall.
It was like 4 or 5 teams, and he was able to barely make it out, go outside of the circle, out in the blue, go for the recall, gets the 14 back up and tries to push back in. And then Xavier, the one time, they're like, how about we start playing aggressive? They go after DRX, the nades and that dip, which is so easy to pull off. Not saying that it was not a bad play from Xavier. They was definitely well executed and aggressive at the right time to try and clear some space on the edge. But DRX, if you're on a bad dip like that, maybe it's just best to leave the dip, go on the offensive against Xavier so you don't just get naded into oblivion.
Yeah, let's take a look here at the match ranking. 24 points, Mad Bulls with 14, D+. Hey, starting off the day here with a nice 14 bomb 7.
One thing that I'm seeing here, those teams at the top, they're not in this first page of the match ranking. So that means that Alpha 7 was not able to do enough to get in that Smash Zone. We're going to have to play another match and see if they can get enough points. And as well, here you go. You got APG, just 3 points. DRX, just 2 points. Regnum, 0. These are squads that were wanting to hunt down Alpha 7, and Alpha 7 ends up gaining even more points on them, Max.
It's actually kind of mad because you're looking at Ulf, right, that was still in a really good position, and the fact they get themselves such a big chicken dinner here actually allows them to jump up significantly. They were currently in, that was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th position right now. And because all the teams you already stated here, 7 got taken out of the equation so early on this Rondo match, guess what? Catch-up opportunity for Ulf is on the table right now, and Ketch also going to be your game MVP, 5 eliminations. To be completely honest, I was very critical about Fireflux. They kind of fell off 2 years ago. The resurgence, it's happening. Soulless, we're seeing the guys, Ketch popping off. It feels like good old 2023 PUBG Mobile Esports here in Turkey.
You could have had a better start, honestly. If you're Ulf in this situation, you had so many top squads go out. Yeah, Alpha 7. Oh my goodness! Second place, 7.
A squad that was able to start the day in 5th place jumps up all the way to 2nd place. Alpha 7 just 5 points away from the match point. And look at the chicken dinners. Ulf, if for some reason we don't end up going via the smash rule, right now Ulf is able to edge out Alpha 7 in regards to chicken dinners, Max.
Oh, that could be so impactful, though. Regnum Karia slipping down 5th position, taking the position of their old Turkish teammates here of Ulf. Quite unfortunate for them. And as I said earlier, right, Silas told me they wanted to play a bit more aggressive. Well, it didn't work out. Unfortunately for them, they tried to go for Hail Mary send in the center of the circle. In an open position like that, you need setup to maybe create some dips with grenades, C4, maybe put down some cover flares. In this case, it didn't work out, and the team got squad wiped in the matter of like 10 to 15 seconds. It was instant.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy part, too, looking at those leaderboards, 7, is you look at D+. They move themselves up more. If they win this next Erangel with a crazy amount of eliminations, they could be in the show here.
It's going to be a tough one, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to have to be a realist here for D+. Yeah, they will not only have to win this match, they would have to make sure they win back-to-back in Erangel to even have a chance. And I hope that Alpha 7 doesn't end up getting those 5 points that they need a match point and stop them from getting the win. So, yeah, a lot of stuff is going to be out there for this squads. But I see what you're saying. You're there with me in regards to you want to see possibly a back-to-back champion like what we saw in the past with Nova Esports. But for that squad, I mean, D+ playing like they got nothing to lose. Let's see if they can actually perform in this next match and get the win.
I mean, I like the way D+ played it. They had a 2-2 split, then a 3-1 split, keeping chips in the city while the 3 players were holding onto the high ground position with Alter Ego, and then they go for the full-on clash. Actually, I liked it. At the same time, didn't like it. I think he did hold the angle a little bit too long, but I think you mentioned it right, Seven. It was to make sure you can clear the ridge so they don't get fully pushed over by Alter Ego. But then when they have the fight with Alter Ego, eliminate that team, and Mad Bulls push up. They both understand we work together, solidify the position, eliminate Revo that's playing hide and seek on the edge of the map, and then we can easily both make it into a podium position on that Rondo game.
And that was one of those things for Alter Ego. You kind of feel bad, right? Because it's such a good position that more people are going to want it as well, that you're going to have them crashing onto you. D+, as you just mentioned, Max, wanted to be there close to them. Another squad that just kept peppering them, Mad Bulls from far away, and they just couldn't really focus on one fight because of that terrain too. I don't really remember what kind of utility that team was working with, but for Alter Ego, I mean, it's going to be tough here for some of these squads, boys, especially if we don't get a good performance out of them in the next match, and especially if Alpha 7 continues to just get closer and closer to that smash point.
Yeah, just to finish on the teams like Alter Ego, the Mad Bulls, the D+ Kia. So many cover flares, right, on that hilltop.
Yes.
Really good usage. Blocking off-angle positions, maybe from like Ulf, even the side of, I think, Alpha 7 earlier on in this game. So the cover flares, I love seeing how they're being used in an even more efficient manner every single match. But anyways, we don't have any more cover flares for the rest of the day because we have no more rondos. So that's done.
That's it, just like that. And it was so crazy, hearing Blank talk about Regnum Karia not being a rondo team. It's officially true, right? With this one, 0 points, no more rondos left. Regnum Karia are going to have to make it happen in Erangel, Max.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they are looking like a good team. They drop center. They drop Rozok when it comes to Erangel, which is, rotationally speaking, just like Dig Xavier, very good because you're dead center of the map. And if there's any map they're going to do well for me, it has to be that one. They don't strike me as an amazing Miramar team, unfortunately, for Regnum Karia. So you better make them count. 3 matches. And then I think Regnum Karia are going to have a really hard time to make that climb towards the top.
Yeah, for Regnum Karia, I mean, I felt like they tried to do a little bit too much with zero scouting for that squad. They tried to split 4 teams in the previous rondo. It wasn't going to end up happening, especially when you try to send it towards the center of the circle too. I would have loved to see Regnum Karia play a bit more of that edge and see what you could do with the amazing fragging power that this squad has been able to showcase, but that wasn't the case. Now we switch focus over to Erangel. Just 5 points for Alpha 7. Can they do it? I personally believe they can. I'm just hoping they become a little bit more aggressive. You're not going for the win on this one, Alpha 7. Definitely get as many points as you want and as you can. But remember, you just need 5 points. So in that third match, you can end it via smash.
Well, we're seeing adaptations in the lobby here, right? We saw Vampire all the way at the bottom. They got nothing to lose, pushing everybody, which we like to see, right? Because why not at this point? And then not to mention, you know, when the team saw that Alpha 7 were there was not a single shot rang out on anybody. It was just all eyes locked on them.
Yeah, actually, that reminds me of the Sertani pep talk we had back in the PMGC finals back in Jakarta in Indonesia. And he had with his team one of the biggest comebacks on that day 3 despite a really poor performance until then. Is that going to allow them to get in the middle pack? Winning is out of the question anyways for Vampire, right? But you know what? Maybe a middle pack position, extra prize pool that, again, could win a big portion of that $3 million prize pool in PMGC. Hey, a big push up in that last day is still a very nice thing to see from Vampire if they can keep it going.
Well, guys, let's get going into the first Aaron Gale of the day. Alpha 7 only need 5 more points to reach that smash zone. Will they get it? We are about to find out as we take it on over to our casters, Blake and me.
Well, thank you very much, Jukes. And I'll see you in approximately 5 seconds, indeed, as we head over towards Erangel now, our second match of the day. No smash ruling in effect just yet. Just yet. Not yet.
Not yet, indeed, but it could happen right here, right now. 5 points, honestly, shouldn't be a real sweat for Alpha 7 to get here, but they are playing a little bit differently, right? We heard 7, he was talking about how Alpha 7 kind of went full passive mode, which we get.
Hey,
right?
yeah. It's not them though, is it? It's not them.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that when you adapt your playstyle here at such a big stage, man, you can get in your head so easily, second guess yourself on pushes, and that little hesitation at this high level, I mean, that could make or break you.
For Alpha 7, I mean, they're a team that loves to just play their own game, right? They want to take that position in the circle. They're going to go for it. I don't think they really suit that passive play style. I think once you hit that, I think you just got to play, get out of your head right now.
Yeah.
Once you're on that match point, sure, you got time. You do absolutely have a little bit of time to work with. We're going down from the southwest over towards the northeast. Yaz is in play. We're going to straight back down towards the southwest on this one. So it's going to be a little bit of a late drop for teams over on that northeast side and a late rotate down. But for squads getting out early like Vampire, oh God, it's Vampire who's out early, isn't it? Okay, so they're going to get looted and start getting shooting over towards some of our other squads. That's rough. It's rough at best.
See Alpha 7, you know, not going to their North George drop. It was a little bit too far from the plane path, so they go on that east side. You could see them looking to possibly even wrap into Yasnaya here, try to get some loot, and then head on into this next circle. DRX, dead center in the zone. D Xavier as well. One thing that's so crazy to me though, Blank. Oh, wait. Prison?
I don't get this.
Prison?
Yeah, I'm also confused. And it had to be Rosemary, right? It had to be Rosemary.
Always. Oh, Rosemary always getting caught in crazy situations. Man, Alter Ego is that one team that I look at, and it's so hard for me to get a good grasp on them because they have these crazy pop-off performances from single players, great opportunities, but then you just see these weird tiny mistakes that just make them fall apart.
It's funny because, you know, we've been talking about this on the cast quite a bit where for Alter Ego, they're a team that is fantastic, so much potential, but like you say, they're clumsy. They're kind of like, they're a bit of a Velma.
That's kind of a good way to put it. You know,
they're a bit of a Velma team.
You know, it's like somebody lost their glasses, or there's some kind of communication issue, or something that's causing it.
I've tripped.
Yeah, I've tripped. I fell, or like, oh hey, oh wait, I fell in Alpha 7. Was that? Oh my gosh, the turn. Oh, he has a pistol. Rebel with a pistol. Can he do it?
No way.
Can't! And that's Alpha 7 down 2 off the rip.
There's no way you whip out the Mini 14.
The swap.
Yo, it makes no sense. Max looks so surprised. You got the Uzi in your hand? That's not the close range weapon, dude. The Mini 14 is not the close range weapon. It's literally doing tricks.
I'll tell you one thing, right? Alpha 7 may have the fact that they have Alpha in their name, right? But with those players down, they ain't saving them. Unlike when it comes to Doc, you know?
That's true. Yeah, for Alpha Gaming, they would have absolutely just sent it towards that gas station. But yeah, we ain't sending it now. Amori with the highest C-limbs in the lobby. Followed close behind by Loxy, actually. You know, I think Loxy has had a step up of the year. I think he always in the past was very, very good
Sure.
for Regnum Kaya, and you could always rely on him to be like the fragger of the team. But I think this year he's just set himself so far apart from the rest of the squad. No, that's a bad thing. I think the rest of the squad is very, very good. It's okay to have a superstar on your team. And again, they all provide different qualities, which is something quite rare in squads, honestly.
Yeah.
Where you get a player like Wild, who is your de facto survivor in the team. You got Silas, who scouts. You got Zed Wolf, who's the off angler, and then you got Loxy just on these really, really good clutch moments and just being that central pusher on the squad. So cool, honestly. And I don't think that that roster is going to be splitting or changing around for quite a while. You can quote me on that.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Yeah, you can
They should.
They should. They should clip me on that.
Yeah, no, clip you on that, but they shouldn't change rosters.
They should. They should. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm waiting for the time when they do change the rosters, and it's my voiceover, which will be completely deserved, by the way.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. There's been some superstar players that we've seen here in this PMGC, and the one thing that's the hardest thing to teach is clutch. You can only get it with experience, more reps at such a big stage. And, you know, Amori has proven himself, right? That, hey, you know what? When the lights are on, the crowd is roaring, I can hit the crazy shots.
He was born in the clutch, man. 100%. That's where he thrives. That's where he lives now, too.
That's right. Let's see what Doc could do, though. Alpha Gaming on the move when it comes to Ulf. This is starting to get a little bit scary here, you know, because it's shockingly close with how crazy all these squads are.
Yeah.
Almost anybody could put up a 20-point game, right?
Seven was talking about this on the desk, actually.
Yeah.
With Inner Circle and Gen G. I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about with Gen G and APG, Inner Circle. And then he kind of like lost his point a little bit. And then, you know,
Brought it back.
memory kicked back in again. And he's like, wait, that's what APG and Oath, that's what I'm talking about. But he was right. He was right.
Yeah.
In his own delirious way.
Hey, take that all day long. Also take that Polar Party Mini 14. You guys saw it there. Get in the game and get it as soon as you can. As we're looking at Ulf, feeling good, man, after that game one. 106 points in total. They are definitely positioned to be a huge threat to Alpha 7 now that they're only down to 2 players. But what are those last 2 players are going to do? Because you see Carrillo, he's already on the western side of Gatka, or actually North Quarry. Putting himself in a good spot. I think it's hide and seek for Alpha 7 this game.
I think it's hide and seek as well. 5 points, it's not a crazy amount to put up. As 2 players on a wrangle, it feels a little bit improbable. But it's not out of the world of possibilities for that squad. And I think between Carrillo as well as Obscure, they got this. It's just you can't really be going down to Flash like that. That's a rough one over in gas station.
Oh man, they didn't see that coming. That's for sure.
They were so undiluted as well by the time they got there. I think that was the most stressful part for them, because they had made that straight shot from northeast Yasnaya. I thought that they would. I thought they'd wrap over towards North George, honestly.
I mean, it made
but they
sense.
didn't go for it.
And
I think their plan's good.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It really does. It looks like they're in their heads big time here. I mean, you got Revel with a pistol going up against an Uzi and a Mini. You know?
But the Mini was the main problem.
The Mini was the big threat. That's for sure.
My Uzi may be small, but my Mini is smaller and deadlier.
That's right. Mighty. That's how you do it. Mad Bull's taking this spot. This is one of my favorite locations when it comes to these zones in Erangel. If you take these buildings, you have such a huge lay of the land when it comes to the south side. It's very difficult to push on. So I like the fact that Mad Bulls are taking the spot early.
Yeah, it's a great spot. Honestly, I've seen multiple times on the kind of circles where they go north on this one, which I'm hoping it is now because that will prove my point in a second. Please. No, never mind. We won't talk about Everest anymore, I guess.
Yep. No, it's not as good.
Well, yeah, we're heading back down towards the swamps, though, which is kind of annoying for Alpha 7 because I think Brazilian teams typically actually play quarry swamps really well, multiple times. And I think that it is frustrating for Alpha 7 now not having all 4 players because this could have been a really, really strong approach for them.
Take a look here as the rotations are starting to ring out here. You got Alpha 7 just hanging out inside a quarry. Definitely a lot of nooks and crannies they can hide in there. hopefully try to steal some of the eliminations. They only need 5 to put themselves into that smash zone. But everybody right now, the calm before the storm, just trying to find a spot in this next location. E-Arena, all the way still in North George blue. They're rotating in super late here.
Yeah, also annoying for Alpha 7 seeing E-Arena just totally squandering North George. It's like, God damn it, guys. Like, we could have played that. We could have been here so much sooner, past Hospital. Bit of a different approach here from Alter Ego as well. Regnum Kaya trying to play as central as possible. Feel like they do determine the center to a T mathematically, but it's Tulika going insane on the shots at the moment. Woo! And what is Regnum Kaya doing?
See ya!
They fall flat on their faces.
Back to back as well. What a rough start.
That might be GG actually.
It could
GG no read.
You're right, Steve. What can I say? What are you saying with this? I mean, this is.
You look so surprised and like, damn.
Like,
yeah.
damn, that's true. True.
That's a true one.
Oh my goodness. And Regnum Kaya crumbling here at the start. That is tough.
They still got time.
Yeah, they still got time. They still got points. But the problem is.
That does kill the man.
Yeah, you know what? We were talking about this, Max and I, during all the earlier stages. I call it the last game curse of a tournament like this, okay? The last match of the day is never as you expected. There's squads that know they got no chance of making it, into that first place position. They start pushing people like crazy.
Were you saying like a lich casted a spell on Regnum Kaya today?
I'm telling you, it's like the last game of the day is so wild that you can't depend on it to try and get like a 20-point game or something like that, because it's just not the typical esports PUBG Mobile that we see.
Yeah.
So if I'm a coach or an IGL, I'm like, yo, we got to make something happen here. Now, nice little vehicle switch there from Zeus. Getting knocked, though, and go back and forth. Shots ringing out. Ulf, hear this, though.
Yo, yes. Yes, you're right on Ulf. Right on Ulf coming straight in here from the sidelines. See if they can clean up off the back of this, but I don't think they got too much of a result off that, Jukes.
Yeah, it looks like Flash were able to just finish that out pretty quickly there. They did hear the noise, but they're going to have to push into this next zone here, as it looks like we're going to get a nice little Quarry Primos road finish.
Prefer this one. I prefer this one to North.
Yeah.
Very tough on that north side. Does create that little awkwardness with basically the high ground that drops down towards that low ground on the road. But for Kara as well as Thunder Talk, it's not as bad as it seems down on the beachhead. I actually think that's a pretty nice location to play. It is just that wrap out late game, which is going to be unfun.
Yeah, that zone goes north. They're going to have a hard time. That's for sure. Let's see what Thunder Talk does. They are holding the pier right now. Kara, again, just losing players early. Not the PMGC that we're hoping for. But, man, they're starting to see a lot of congestion into this circle. Teams finding their spots. This next zone is going to be critical. Let's see what Ulf does. They may have spotted Zing isolated here. And Scarface pushes up in and out. Zing's going to be in big trouble.
I mean, doesn't look like it to me. It looks like Zing just does not care. Finally, there's some shots back towards him. Scarface getting taken down as well. So for the second place team, that feels rough. There's Thunder Talk immediately in. We are in gear sighting right now with the immediate crash over towards the rest of the team to administer that triage to the rest of the squad. Keep him up and kicking. It was Vampire to find those shots, and I think it was a lazy, sort of over-optimistic push there from Ulf, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just looked like they could have pushed him and just been like, all right, 3v1, no problem. But they hear him and just said, oh, maybe we go this way, and then all of a sudden just get taken out. That's what I'm saying. At this stage, any little second guessing, you're going to get punished for it all day long.
I definitely felt like second guessing with
oh my gosh,
Scarface dragging the feet, or in this case, dragging the pop tire. It did not look good, but a lovely nade over the top. We'll take another down. I think that is resable, though. So for Ulf, there's a possibility to keep this game rolling. Especially in second place, they want to put some more points on the cards because you got DRX chasing, you got APG chasing. This is sort of the perfect lineup over towards the top side of the lobby. Honestly, Alpha 7, Ulf, DRX, APG, Regnum Kaya, Alter Ego. What an amazing top 6 we have right now.
Yes, we do. Top 6 ready to go. Alter Ego all four up here, getting towards that mid-game. Getting some sightlines on APG, respecting them though. That is definitely the right play. Where's this circle gonna go, though? That's the question. If it heads over to Quarry, this is gonna be ridiculous.
R8 could get a great game out of it, but we'll wait and see. Because you're right, I think there is.
Oh my gosh.
Hold up, hold up.
All right, PMGC circles in full effect here.
You're right. Yeah, we're straight down towards that south side of Vampire. Might just be able to eclipse the lobby on this one. This could be a great game from them. They're able to hold the position, but teams are coming in real fast right now. They are burning rubber to get here.
Man, this is a worse circle shift for DRX. They were literally at the tippy top of the north side here. They're going to have to go through so many squads to try and push on in. Oh my gosh, Xavier are pushing right through the middle of everybody, but it's Alpha Gaming going up against Alter Ego. Top. Gonna have to make this 1v1. Actually, no, Ziola's right behind him, and Alter Ego are out of there. Alva just gonna try and survive by himself.
Yeah, nice clean finish there coming through from Alpha Gaming. 3 elims now. Refus getting res by Ziol. That was a fairly nice hold there coming through from APG, but you do have D+, waiting in the wings at the moment. Breathing down the necks of Alpha Gaming. Kara as well, just still can't catch a break.
Yeah, can't.
Having a bad day
It's
today.
like literally everything is just going wrong, and that's the unfortunate part of it. Some people get blessed, and some people have it tough, and unfortunately, that's Kara there. That was a big, big fight, though, for Alpha Gaming, right? 3 eliminations. They take out Alter Ego there. They are now inching closer to DRX. The prize pool jumps significantly here in these top 3.
Yeah, I mean, for Xavier, though, I think that was the big thing that we sort of missed there, which is not our fault.
Yeah.
We were focused on the cool elims, the cool
Yep.
action going on. But they wrap down towards the south, and Kara wants to get a little bit of the pie down here on the beach. They'd like to get underneath the parasol alongside with Parajin and Xavier. But nades are spooky here. It's basically whoever can throw more first.
Yeah, that dip is really tough. I get it. I mean, it's so great position when it comes to the circle, but it's going to be very difficult to hold as Alpha very close to Vampire. Remember, Vampire, nothing to lose here. Now with that nade, they are on the push. Here we go. We can see right now Lazarus throwing in some nades. Doc trying to get the res onto Refus as they inch closer. Xavier going to probably pop some shots off here from the third party, but they don't.
APG now look to reset on this one. Kara does go down in the meantime, so Xavier save themselves on this. So Xavier, they sort of took the slightly less good position, but APG, they wanted the actual position in the circle here versus Vampires, and they are happy to challenge for it.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty tough fight, though, because if they continue to wring these fights out, they're going to get third party, like, for sure. That is such a dominant position.
People want it.
Yeah. But it's also going to be difficult to rotate, too, because everybody's on the edge of the circle. As we look here at the edge, R8 getting into it with E-Arena. Joker making some shots onto Amori. Not going to be able to hit those from that distance. And, yeah, he's going to have to go ahead and take off. But, look, there's Alpha 7. Those are the 2 players right there. Oh, they are in such a tough position at that warehouse. If the zone goes south, which it most likely will, it's going to be very difficult for them to put those 5 points up.
Yeah, people are going to be wanting it. For APG, though, I think they're kind of okay to just coexist with Vampires at the moment, which is probably the best play to go for right now because you don't want to get third-partied. So as long as you can help each other out, you know, help a brother out in the middle of the circle.
Yeah.
We get like second or first. You know, that's okay. We can change that about.
That's the right play, 100%. You know, I think the reason why we saw that fight even start ringing out is because Vampire at the bottom, and they're just like,
we don't want you here.
Like,
we don't have to share. We don't want to have to share, but we will. We will.
Oh, here we go. Alpha 7 trying to get those 5 eliminations. Oh, and they didn't. A 0-point game. And that is going to be one more match we're going to see guaranteed here, Blank.
That is massive news for every other squad inside the lobby right now. Every time we go to that screen and the boys over on the stage are able to see that Alpha 7 aren't in match point just yet, it's one more game of freedom. In fact, 2, honestly.
That's right.
So every time. So right now, the games cannot end until match 4. Every time we move that marker, teams getting happier to try and chase. It is a struggle right now, though, because 2nd, 3rd, 4th, so close together. It is a tight-knit leaderboard at the top side.
I'll tell you what, though, this is huge for Alpha Game, right? The fact that we had Alpha 7 go out there in a centralized position. They have the warehouse, 3 eliminations so far. With a win here, that could put them easily into second place, very close to first. Let's see how this is all going to play out, though. You got Mad Bulls going into it with E-Arena. Dead pack middle squad right now. 82 points with 6. Mad Bulls need to win this. Flip getting naded. That is not how you want to start this one off. And now you got Turney K on the push. This fight, though, just getting extended, taking so much time. Oh, but that looks like it. E-Arena putting Mad Bulls on the back foot.
600 damage right now for Turney K. Looks awesome. Honestly, another nade goes through. Won't be quite the airburst and catches Mormon. But nade inside his hand. Lemon's going to try and push forward, but won't even be able to get the knock there. The Thai team is up to 8 elims on this match. Their run not done just yet. 13th place on the leaderboards, but you know, between 78 in 10th place and 5th on 84 is nuts, right? It's really not that bad until you really get down towards Vampire in 15 for 48 points, but this is such a close lobby.
Really
Everyone's
is.
putting up points. Everyone's putting up points. So if we get to the end of this, if your favorite team went out in 12th, I don't think you can be too unhappy. It was basically 4th.
Absolutely. I mean, we heard as soon as that fight rang out, the crowd going crazy for E-Arena because they realized, like, yeah, 68 points so far. They win this game, another good one. They're in the show for some big money here.
Yeah. It's an amusing one. And they get the entirety of the Northern Circle to themselves after basically being the lone winners of all of that engagement in the woods that sweep across that area.
Take a look here where this next circle is going to go. Will it head on over to the beach? Will it head on over to that long road? Either way, I think no matter where the zone goes, Vampire and APG are going to be good, at least for the next circle. Let's see how they decide to play. Oh my gosh, they are locked dead center of this position. So Vampire, APG, all they got to do is just look at it each other direction, handle everybody else, and that could be an easy first, second place finish from these two squads. But they're going to have to stop the pushes as all teams have their eyes locked on that compound.
Yeah, I reckon teams probably wish that they'd crashed this a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, I think, for Alpha Gaming.
Oh,
my God!
Bye-bye!
That's some shrapnel. And the King lays down the Scepter. Damn, that's rough for D+.
That one hurt. Here comes E-Arena on the push now. Nice little defensive nade there from Lazarus. Stops Joker. Let's see how they push this. Alpha Gaming are very, very close, but I don't know if they leave this building to push this. Let's see how this goes, though, as Lazarus trying to find the off angles here. E-Arena don't have time to get this res off. They have to fight this. Tony K is holding off that position there. Mormon got that nade locked and loaded. Can he hit it on the Tony K? He doesn't. We switch on over, though. Tony K on the other side. Hey, Vampire making it happen here on the final day.
We ain't the only Thai squad in the lobby.
That's right.
All right. I'll put some respect on the name. Good shots, but for APG, they're starting to sweep right now. Jukes, they're moving through it. Alpha Gaming looking to get something done. Mialak is down. Lazarus, Tony K looking to hold out. A long nade into the building. Doesn't find anything of the sort, though.
Alpha Gaming just had that itch. They could not stay still. Said, you know what, we got to start making the moves. But it's E-Arena that finish out Vampire.
11 eliminations on the match. What a great game it has been here for E-Arena. Marcel makes his way in, but pretty sure NC2 knows, no?
Yes, he does. He has to know. Yep. Uh-oh. Just missed that nade there. NC2 playing it very quiet. Oh, and not going to be able to get that one. As now, look, DRX on the push. D-Xavier have just been holding this little beach for the whole time, though, being very, very quiet.
I think NC2 might be safe, though, because APG pretty sure now they've cleared him.
That's fact.
They thought he was the last player. Marcel's the one who kind of creeps in, plays body double right there for NC2.
Works out for him here. And now APG are just battling it out with DRX. There's still so many top squads in this one, Blank. You got 2nd through 4th still alive. D-Xavier in 6th. big threats. And then, man, it's still so crazy to me looking at these numbers. 12th and 13th place are not that far away.
71-72 at the moment. Thunder Talk, after all the good they did over in their PMGC, clearing away one of the most dominant teams throughout the league stage, just have not been able to truly transition that through over towards the grand finals. Can we even say that with how close this lobby is? I think we just have such strong teams here. Alpha Gaming, though, I was going to talk about this earlier before we started getting some fighting on board, is that they were the only team with the balls to make this move.
That's right.
All right?
Yep.
They had the gusto to go for it, and I think that that's what a lot of other teams are missing at the moment. I don't think they would have gone for that, but Alpha Gaming is like, this is the winning play.
I love that about Alpha Gaming. You know, like some teams and some players, when everything just starts getting so hectic, they default to a certain play style. And it looks like Alpha Gaming just prefer aggression, right? Let's go and get it the hard way. Just push and see what happens. And this time, it pays off big time. Alpha 7, shockingly, right, decided to go on the passive side of things, and they're getting punished for it. Or they did get punished for it, big time.
Yeah, big time. I mean, APG, likely they'll set themselves up with chicken dinner here and a couple more eliminations for a next game match point. Same with Ulf, they can keep pushing through, but they're down to one player now, so it's a little bit more difficult. DRX, I don't really see them doing it with just the 2 players they have in the 0 Elim game. Maybe if they get up to a top 3, potentially they've set themselves up for the next match, but probably will have to be a pretty large game off the back of that one. But looking at this circle, likely that DX Xavier, Ulf, as well as Thunder Talk go down in the next shift, which should be coming through soon. You just got a Southeast hard shift. It's not very likely you're going to get another one, in my opinion.
It's going to be really tough for DX Xavier here. I mean, they still have a path on into this next zone with a crash. But the problem is you got Thunder Talk on the other side that are looking at them. Yeah, they're both looking at each other. And that's making it difficult for both squads. Honestly, this is one of those times where, like, if you're Thunder Talk and DX Xavier, you should kind of look at each other and be like, hey, let's just push together. Because if we don't fight this out, we're both going out right here, right now. But Alpha Gaming are like, nah, we're not going to risk that. Let's start putting on these shots and get some points on the board.
DRX definitely trying to pick something up where they can over towards DX Xavier. And I think DRX understands that, hey, we are center right now. We do need to sort of capitalize off the back of that. And DX Xavier is the team we have angles on towards. Aaron? Okay.
Sneaky.
Makes it up.
Oh, Thunder Talk. Thunder Talk are so much in trouble right now. As Marajin gets knocked in return, but they'll still have plenty of time to get him back up. That's 5 eliminations from DX Xavier. Next circle goes on over to APG.
King still has it, but you're right. It does center up over towards APG, and it ain't easy being the king as he does go down in the circle on that southeast side. DX Xavier slowly mending themselves inside of this circle right now. 86 points. A lot of those points came through from day 1. Day 2 was a complete wash, in my opinion. Absolutely. But this is a big APG game.
Huge game. Huge game for APG. They just broke that 100-point mark. Currently sitting in 3rd place. Oof is still alive, though. They're going to be able to sneak away some placement points here. Aaron's actually in a really good spot on that ridge line. I definitely think he's actually going to get some pretty serious placements. But this fight's going to ring out at any moment. And honestly, it's going to be deciding on who fights first. Like, if you're DX Xavier, what do you do in this position? I think you just kind of wait it out, hope for a fight, and then finally make that push.
I mean, to be honest with you, they sort of control center right now. Stage 9 is where it's all at, and there's not an unlikely possibility that DX Xavier could win this game if they play it slow enough and they set it up well enough. But I think this team is battered and bruised, right? The vests are shredded on this squad.
That's the X factor right there, though. Doc pushing on out, gets knocked top, though, really quick on the res. I'll tell you what, man, if Doc gets knocked, the whole team goes crazy.
No.
Aaron!
Oh, yo!
Aaron takes the shot, gets the double!
Oh, my God, I felt it. I felt that. I felt that.
I just got quiet because I was like,
I know,
this
dude.
is crazy.
I know. I know. I actually saw that happening. I mean, with Aaron, you kind of really can't count him out from making that happen. But for APG, this is terrible news. Now this makes their next game that they play, because getting the chicken dinner now, it's not certain. They haven't had the time to set up going into this Zone 9. They've had to get themselves back up to 70% HP, and they haven't had those stims rolling. So none of them are 100% right now.
Yeah, good thing for them, though. They have that site cleared out now that Aaron's gone. So
I mean, look at that, though. Like, that's a lineup, right?
that is.
You're about to get gunned down.
Xavier, oh my goodness. So set up here with this ridge line. So easy. This is definitely not an easy rotation. He's going to go out, and Top's actually going to take that point.
Yeah, nice steal indeed. Top.
11.
11 elims is great. I mean, even if they go down now, it's a 17-point game for them, but I think they would love the chicken dinner as well as all of these elims. Because yes, you lose out on the 4 points from not getting the chicken dinner, but you also lose out on the 4 points right here as well on those players. This is a cheeky angle, a very cheeky angle with a nade on top as well. Courage is very low, and suddenly Xavier running scared. Another nade sent through, and it is perfect and on point.
They're stuck. They're completely stuck out. Reefus with his off angle is looking too good. That nade locks and loads it. It's all up to Levis by himself, and that is it. Alpha Gaming get the chicken dinner right when they needed it.
It's a massive win for APG. It looked deadly. The two solos almost ruined it for them. Aaron able to find a double and then almost find top of the window. That guy's on target, top on top. Such good work from them. And again, that is a huge